Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and today I am coming at you guys with some clay house building, painting, and whatnot. So, you guys know how I told you that I had a craft day with my sister, and we were on video chat for 9 hours while we built clay houses. Well, here is the clips from that day. And also, hubby was doing miniatures while we were doing that. So I have a little bit of stuff about his miniatures in here too. So the first thing that we did for these clay houses was we actually built the foundation of the houses out of essentially trash. That's why I keep calling them trash houses. So basically, you use like random stuff that you have around your house, things that you would otherwise throw away, things that you find at thrift stores, anything like that. And so I used like plastic pieces of Tupperware, like disposable Tupperware, old sauce jars, cardboard, this little Doorables thing that a Disney like minifigure surprise box thing comes with, and a little door that I got from the Dollar Tree a while back. So here is us getting all into our craft, working on the clay portion. At this point, I'm using resin clay, Sculpty Epoxy Sculpt. I think it's called Epoxy Sculpt or something like that. But basically, it's like a resin, like a 50% like resin stuff and 50% clay, like where you like mix them together right before you use them. And then they harden really nice. You don't got to bake it or anything, and it doesn't crack. On the side of the house, I put a lid and a piece of cardboard to make like a little like flower window box type thing. So here is it coming together. I put like vines made of clay and windows and all this stuff. A fake fence with like little wood pieces, all that stuff. And then we did a primer and paint layer over everything, which made it like shiny and all one color, and also made it so that I could paint it better because some of the plastic things in here, like the the lid that I used on the side and things like that, those don't take paint very well at all. So this gives the paint something to grip to. And this was my first time making a clay house. Shai's made a few. That's my sister. She's made actually like 6 or something. Like she's made like quite a few. And I have been like super in love with hers and like excited to make one too. So I finally got to, and yeah, this is a new thing. Like this is a whole thing now. Her and I are going to be doing this. We're thinking like once a month or so we'll get on video chat and craft together, either doing like the clay or building like the bases or painting them or whatever, just getting into it together. So here's what it looked like as I started to paint it, and I wanted to do some little like rock type things. I'm not really sure what they're called. On the side of this piece that like extends up with the tower on it, and I love how it came out. I just love how colorful it is and like shiny, and like I really like it. And I added another piece of fence here shortly to that little like balcony piece to make it go all the way around. Don't worry, it doesn't stay like that. And then I painted it. I also added a little gnome, kind of looks like a gnome wizard, to the little tower up there. And I added some flowers and ladybugs and all this stuff to it. I really, really love how it came out. My sister said it gives her like Polly Pocket Dream Fairy House vibes. Oh, and I have the cutest story. I couldn't find my moss anywhere, and I was like so irritated that I couldn't find it because I wanted it for that little window that I did on the side. And hubby actually surprised me when he went to grab drinks. He went and foraged for some Spanish moss because our area, we get a lot of Spanish moss in the trees. And so he went and got some and brought it home and like cleaned it for me and everything. It was the cutest thing ever. But yeah, here's how mine came out. I have fairy lights on here and little towers. I did like these shimmery paint layers, like gloss layers. They have like 3 different colors of like shimmer in them. I love it so much. I put that on all of the like aqua parts and I think it looks so freaking pretty. I also did it on like the purple of the door up there. And here is how the house looks with like the lights off, at least like most of them off, to kind of get an idea with like the fairy lights. Oh, and like for the texture on the roof, I had this little hanger that I actually have been saving, like, because I've had the stuff to do this fairy house for a while, like the clay and everything, but we were waiting to do them together, so we had to like coordinate. And I had this little hanger that like socks came on, and it had like this kind of lattice texture to like it was like a rectangle part of it that like the socks hung on. And when I saw it, I was like, I bet I could use this for my clay, and it worked perfectly. I used it to put like little sporadic like markings on the roof to give it like some texture. So I'm really glad I saved that. It just goes to show you can really, like, anything can be used for stuff like this. You just got to get creative and, you know, think outside the box with it a little bit. But here's how it came out. I've got a little hedgehog and a little nest for the hedgehog on that little bush, that like mossy bush. Doing this house also gave me an idea because I was getting like Candyland vibes, like candy house vibes from this, and I totally want to do like a little Candyland like kind of village setup with just like maybe this house even, and have like it in a little, you know, like wooden like tray kind of thing where I can do a Candyland path as like the walkway up to the house, you know, like the Candyland game board. So that might be a thing I need to do. I also love the idea of getting like a chocolate mold and using that to make like walls. So maybe maybe I'll have to make like a little doghouse or, you know, something else to go with it to put on there and do that because I really love that idea. I didn't really know what I was going for when I went into this one other than I was thinking pastels. So I knew I wanted to do some like pastel like light colors and stuff. I ended up doing the brown because I actually originally did teal for the walls and I had like the aqua for the roof and stuff, and I just thought it was too much blue. So that's mine. And then Shy did some shrinky dinks to do like stained glass windows. I really love this idea. I need to get some shrinky dinks. But she did like a Nightmare Before Christmas theme for her house, and she got these like shrinky dink things to do like stained glass windows. And then she used a teapot, like a Christmas house teapot that she found at a thrift store as like the base for hers. So here's her little setup, and there's me up on her iPad while we're video chatting. And she was building up the like base of her house. She got like this little cobblestone imprint thing, so she could do like imprints on there of cobblestone, which I thought was so cool. And then she took a little wood slice and did like the Halloween town door from The Nightmare Before Christmas on it. So here's like her kind of planning. She did the little spiral of the little mountain next. It's over there next to the teapot. And she did like a tree and everything. Those are all made out of clay. And she did like, you know, stuff in the middle of it to like build up a structure. But this is what hers came out like. I literally love this so much. I have loved every single house she's done, but this is my new favorite. I think I have to say it is just so awesome and very spooktacular for the Halloween vibes. And she did a like ghost coming out of the chimney with the Shrinky Dinks too. I just thought this was the coolest thing. The door, the Halloween Town door, is absolutely amazing. And I love the little skeleton animals drinking tea, having like a little tea party in the yard. Or coffee or whatever, obviously. So she made this for somebody that she works with. Their wife loves The Nightmare Before Christmas and coffee. So she had this like kind of like little cafe vibe, I guess, going on. And that's why there's like the Halloween Town vibes, you know, the Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. And then also the table with like the little like mug and the animals drinking at it. I think it was such a fun idea. And that little thing that she built hers on is what I'm thinking I need for my Candyland idea. Which she found that in the dollar spot at Target for $5. So, and now we are on to Hubby and his miniatures. I took this picture to show you guys the chaos that is his little setup down there and how much stuff that he has for this. So when he paints these models, he puts them on like skewers and uses like sticky blue stuff, like the sticky tack type stuff, or little clips if it's for like little specific parts and not the whole model, to hold them, because they're so tiny that if you tried to hold them while you're painting them, your fingers would just take the whole thing up. So when I told him that people were interested in seeing his Warhammer miniatures, he went and got me several to take pictures in my light box. I think he was really excited that you guys were interested. A couple people had mentioned like that I had to show them. Like Paige was like, "You have to show the miniatures." So I think he was excited and happy about that. So I have a little display here for you guys to show you some of his favorites, I guess, or some of his most recent ones. I'm not really sure how he picked them out because he has so many. But I know at least a few of these have been his most recent ones, like the ones he just did over the weekend. But this is one of the ones that he just did, and it's a little bit bigger than the like really tiny miniatures, but not as big as some of them. Like some of them are like, you know, decently big, but a lot of them are so tiny. But you guys will get an idea for like size reference if you didn't already from my hands being in there a little bit. But I did take some pictures to show you guys like size reference too. But here's a little slideshow of his Warhammer models. I wish I could tell you more about them, but I don't know anything about this. I have tried very hard to be interested in these, but I'm just really not interested in them. But I will continue to try to be interested and, at the very least, always supportive. And, you know, I'll always listen to his, like, stories about everything. He is very into, like, the lore of it all. Like, he is constantly watching lore videos, reading books. They have, like, a whole giant universe of lore for this stuff. So this is another one. This one is incredible. The detail is just incredible on this. And that stuff on the base that the model stands on, he puts that there. That is like some special texture paint or something to do like, you know, like sand or dirt or whatever. And any like scuffing that you see, any like, you know, dirt on them, anything like that, he painted all of that. Anything that looks like metal, he painted it to look like metal. To like, you know, make it look like, you know, the light hits it a certain way and it's like reflecting and shiny and stuff like that. It's crazy. But yeah, any type of weathering and stuff like that is all like done by hand, all done with paint. And he does have an airbrush too, that he got for Christmas last year, and he uses that too. But a lot of it is done with like really tiny paint brushes. And he builds these, by the way. I forgot to mention that in this video. These come as like little plastic kits and like on sprues, and they're little tiny pieces, and he builds them. And the detail is just so crazy on these, like to the point that they have helmets, but they have heads that go inside the helmets. Or like some of these are like suits that they get inside of or things like that. Or like tanks. He has some tank ones. That they have people in them. You just don't see the people. But like you still make the people, put the people in there, paint the people. Like they're very, very incredibly detailed. The patience that these things take. So I wanted to zoom in and try to show you guys some of these details. Like at the bottom of the feet, like to show that, you know, he's been walking on the ground. He's got like, you know, some sand, like, or dirt or whatever you want to call it. Like just the weathering and the metal and all these little things, like all the little tiny pieces, every like screw, you know, they have like even down to like screws that would be on here. Everything gets painted. And the work on those tubings, the shading and stuff. Honestly, it's incredibly impressive. They're a bit finicky for me. I think that they are so cool, but they would be more fun to me for me to paint if they were bigger. They're just so tiny. And I get it. Like, I get the attention to detail is fun, but oof. Look at that leather pack. That's just awesome. He wants to get some more terrain stuff, like tufts of grass and stuff. Oh, and this one is one that he did a little while ago. You guys may have seen this during our vacation. He painted models with my brother-in-law. And this was the one that he painted out there. And I love this one because he made it look like a psycho from Borderlands. So this is like my favorite one ever. But I posted some pictures of it. I think I posted pictures of it in my video from vacation, about vacation. But I know he's really proud of this one. So he kind of gave me a little assortment to include in the video. And here is a little video clip, and you guys can see the size comparison to my fingers. That gives you a great idea of how tiny all of these details are that he paints. Like the little skull and everything. Turn on my flash so you guys can see a little bit better. But yeah, super, super impressive. And here is a group, well, here's two of them together. I have a group shot coming up in a minute. Here's two of them together, though. And some more of this guy. A little bit out of order. And here's the group shot. To kind of give you an idea of size comparisons. And it looks like the big one compared to the other ones. It looks like it's a big one. And it's not. It is not big at all. But compared to the other ones that are so tiny, they're like the size of a quarter. I think this one's really cool looking. He also gave like a really good, like, diverse example of some of the different types of models. Because in my opinion, some of the models look really, really similar to each other. Of course, he tells me that I'm crazy when I think that they look the same. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing hubby's models. I know they're very different from my typical channel content. But he was part of craft day. He was kind of doing his own thing over there and having his own little craft day. And as promised, here is the size comparison compared to a Bath and Body Works body spray bottle. Just to give you guys a little idea of the size of these things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. And here is just going to be a little like montage with some music. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope your families are doing well and your loved ones are all taking care. I hope everybody's staying cool if you're somewhere where it's hot. And if you're somewhere where it's cool, I hope you're staying warm. Hopefully you guys are getting some fall vibes coming your way. Tomorrow is Friday, so don't forget to send in your community spotlight makes if you want to participate. My email is in the description box below this video. It is novagnomecreations@gmail.com, and all you got to do is attach your pictures of whatever you've made this week. It can be anything, and put community spotlight in the subject line of your email. And just let me know in the email what name you'd like me to credit you with, and you will be part of tomorrow's video. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.